maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I made a video. I said I'm going to fix NASCAR in 3 minutes. One of the things, winning you're in, they got rid of that. The chase with the elimination ladder series, they got rid of that. We're back to a chase away from a playoff. I didn't like that. They got rid of winning you're in. I always thought that was stupid. You have a rookie who wins a race at Daytona in the rain because it's red flagged, and now they're in the championship playoff runoff chase, whatever you want to call it these days. Um, so that was good that they got rid of that. I wish they would get rid of the green white checker, maybe reduce it down to just one if they think they need to have it. It was meant to make things. All this stuff is they thought races were boring um, when they weren't bunched up, and that's go to a short track if you want that. You want to guarantee that you have that. Um, but I will say a couple things. I went to a race at California Speedway and Jeff Gordon won under yellow, and people were throwing stuff at the car and all that. They were not happy that he won. They were not happy with the yellow flag finish. So I understand that. But I'm an AMA flat track fan, and I haven't followed it recently, but back in the day when I used to follow it, they would have, if the race is red flag due to a crash or something, again, no yellows in motorcycle racing like that, but let's see here, Ascot half mile, and there's a crash, they would red flag the race, restart it single file and staggered with a minimum of 5 laps. None of this one lap green white checker. Restart the race with a minimum of 5 laps. So whoever's leading is automatically going to get screwed. That's happened in almost every green white checkered you've ever seen. So um, they got more horsepower. I don't know about downforce. They got more horsepower. Um, they resolved the charter issue. I kind of liked it back in the day when you had to qualify to get in the races, I got to tell you. But I understand why teams don't want to spend millions of dollars and then actually not make the race. So I get that. There were always provisionals and whatnot, but I understand that. So it's a 10 race chase now, I believe. They got rid of the Roval. I don't think there's a road course in the chase part of it, although there is still a super speedway in there, but should be cleaned up a little bit. And you can thank, according to everything I've heard, you can thank Mark Martin for that, being steadfast about getting rid of that damn ladder playoff where new subscriber popping up on the screen. That playoff ladder where it comes down to the reason you can't do that like stick and ball. So let's just take football, and you have playoffs and you have semis and all that. But when you get to the last game, the Super Bowl, you have one team that wins, one team that loses. You get to the last race at Homestead or Phoenix, all 40 cars are still there. So any one of those can cause a mishap. And it's not stick and ball sports. I'm sorry. It's like, I get it. And I stated in that other video I made, when Tony Stewart won his first championship, he locked it up early. Um, and I didn't watch the rest of the races. So the chase does that. It kind of makes you want to watch the rest of the races. We got Harper Kathleen 4003. Hello. J5 Stevens 5. Hello. And Family Lab 8358. Hello. I'm great today. A couple people there on Twitch, I think. Anyway, so I got to admit, last year, I don't think I watched one NASCAR race all the way through. And it wasn't that long ago where I would watch the truck race, the Busch Xfinity, whatever it held series. I would watch the trucks, the Busch, and the Cups. I would watch all 3 races and the practice and qualifying back in the day. Now, I don't work Fridays now anyway, 410s, but back in the day, I was on the 980 schedule. And so I had time. Now my doorbell's going off. Jeez, should have paused that. I had time to watch all that. Now I'm not, for some reason, I'm not as interested. Some of the talent has changed that are on the shows and the pre-shows and all that. And after COVID, they stopped having practice and just, I don't know. I like to get a resurgence, get back into it and follow it more. I don't have time to follow all three anymore. But I would like to start watching the cup races like I used to. My wife, she loved Tony Stewart and she watched kind of Tony Stewart quitting kind of took her away a little bit. But the first race she watched that had a caution flag for a stage, and she's like, "What is this? I don't even understand what's happening." And she completely stopped watching NASCAR at all. Uh, she watches the Broncos football, no more NASCAR. It's confusing. I hate it. I don't like that at all. I'm sure she's not alone in that. If they want to do chase points, I'm fine with that. Whoever's leading at the halfway point, as long as it's under green, give them a point for that. No points for leading a single lap, but maybe points for leading the most laps or leading at halfway. And then if it's not green at halfway, revert back to the last green flag, who was leading, and give them points for leading that. But I'm not a fan of the stage points, but they're okay if it was. But the yellow, oh, we know we're going to have a yellow for the stage. Now that's a strategy for, do you take tires? Do you not take tires? Do you stay out and go for the win? Do you stay out and go for the, I didn't mean the win, stay out and go for the stage points, win the stage, or do you pit for your strategy to win the race? And what always bothered me before is I always thought it needed to matter more when you won, and winning you're in was too much, because now winning you're in and the rest of the season you can do testing and not really, you got to perform well enough where your sponsors are okay. But if you have a mediocre race, it doesn't matter as long as you can get some testing in and figure something out. But they did make the spread between first and second a little bit bigger. You get a little bit more for winning now, so that's good. What else did they do? That's all I can think of right now. I have no notes. I didn't plan for this. I just sat down and did it because I did a video the other night on another channel where I put a text file on the computer monitor under the camera and tried to read it while looking at the camera, and it came out horrible. It was terrible. So I'm not going to try to do that again. Just talking off the cuff. If there's anything that you think I forgot in the comments that they changed, they did fire the what's his name? Not Steve O'Donnell. Can't even think of his last name. They did fire one of the Steves who made the comments about Richard Childress. Somebody had to fall for that. Now Dale Jr. said, "Man, I can tell you that guy's straight up. I respect him. I like him. He's a good dude." But then he said, Richard Childress is like family to me, so I didn't appreciate what he said, and I would tell him that to his face. So the guy had to go. Steve Phelps. The guy had to go. Somebody had to fall for that scapegoat. I sure hope things clean up a little bit. There's still some issues about the car. Mark Martin hates where the number's at. Others are complaining about the ass of the car is dragging because it has that infuser on the back, or diffuser on the back, like an IMSA car. I believe they probably did that trying to gain followers from other sports like IMSA, which is the reason they added the wing to the next gen car, try to get tuner type people involved. But that was failing, and they hated that car, which you get fined if you talk bad about the car, you'll get a fine or whatever. We got Kenneth V3. Hello, what's up? We're just doing a first time ever. I've done a live thing. I'm actually doing this from my iPhone. First time I've ever tried this. I was just saying, I don't know if you were here yet. On another channel, I tried to do a video where I read it from the screen right under the camera, like a teleprompter, and man, that was horrible. So I don't want to try to do that. Just covering the Lions football team. I don't watch that much football. I like football, but I don't watch it. I wish I did. I live in Colorado Springs. My wife is a big Broncos fan, and now the Broncos quarterback has broken his foot, so the other guy is going to be in there. I wish I knew about. I watched a lot of football when Manning was in there, and then I kind of lost track or lost interest. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't even have time. It's not that I don't have time. I don't manage my time well enough to even watch the races that I want to race, let alone football or something. But I golf on the weekend, so that takes uh, some of the time away from racing and whatnot. But sadly, it's sad that I like the Broncos, or it's sad that they lost the quarterback. I don't know what you mean there. I don't know anything about the Lions football team. I haven't followed close enough. My son's a huge baseball fan, so uh, I got to. What the World Series happened this year, and I didn't even know. I don't even remember who won. I guess I'm living under a rock right now because I didn't watch any IndyCar, I didn't watch any Formula One. Like I said, I golf every weekend, so that takes up half of one day, and then life just happens. So, uh, well, anybody got anything else? I didn't expect to even get any followers on there. It's cool that we got some people in there watching. I normally I stream iRacing on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. That's this channel at Gray Line Racing, and there's a space between Gray dash line dash racing, Gray with an E. But if you're here, you should know that already. But anyway, um, yeah. So follow, like, subscribe, whatever. If you have any suggestions, it, I kind of like doing this instead of creating a video. Um, I just did a video a minute ago, tried to do a live from the computer, and the processor in the computer revved up, and it sounded like there was a jet engine in here. I do not have BM Drive, but that game looks so cool. I've been thinking about getting that, and if I did get it, I would stream that. Do you have that? Do you like that? So I play iRacing, American Truck Simulator, Assetto Corso Rally. I like War Thunder, but I haven't played that in a long time. I've been playing Battlefield 6 a little bit on Twitch with 0 people watching. That's probably because I haven't tried to optimize the Twitch thing at all. But yeah, I would like to try BM Drive. Hit me up in the comments with some info on that, and if you got anything to add to convince me that I don't have a problem buying it. I have like a whole stack of games that I've bought and never played, but I would like to try BM Drive. Um, Gran Turismo, yeah, I have. I have Gran Turismo 5. I streamed that one night. Again, nobody watched that, but I wasn't trying to, optimize the descriptions and all that stuff. And uh, every time I've been streaming Battlefield from PS5, and I forget to change the title, so it'll say iRacing when it's Battlefield 6, or vice versa. I'll go do iRacing, and I forget, and it says Battlefield 6 on the title, so I need to remember to do that. Let's see what else. I'll play any game. I I own a stack of games in Steam. A lot of stuff I've never played. I like flight simulators. I have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I have DCS, although I haven't played that in a long time. I have a $500 Wing joystick that I've only played a couple hours. I've never played Fortnite except I played it one time, and I got killed so quickly. It's another thing. I'm assuming Fortnite on PS5, you could do that, right? I got a PS5. I had a jet ski trailer with 2 jet skis for sale, and I just needed to get rid of it. They were old and rotten, been sitting for years. And then a guy's like, "Hey, will you trade this PS5 for it?" I'm like, "What?" And then I thought, "Well, yeah, I'll do that." So mainly, I would have given the jet skis away just to get rid of the storage unit that they were sitting in. So I have a PS5. I've not tried. When I tried Fortnite, it was on PS4, I think. It's been a while. You play on the computer. I've not tried Fortnite on the computer. When I play on the computer, I'm terrible with the keyboard and mouse. So I use an Xbox controller, and I'm a PlayStation guy. I have a PlayStation 2, 2 PlayStation 3s, 2 PlayStation 4s, and a PlayStation 5. I had an Xbox that somebody gave me, but I sold it. But I have an Xbox controller because it came with my Oculus Rift. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah. I had a buddy of mine played one game, not Arc Raiders, but just Arc. Arc, just like you got to build a cabin and a fire and you know cook the meat. I was like, this is not. I need shit to happen faster than that. Um, then they played another game called Scum, and 2 hours to run to the other place to look for something. I'm like, man, I need like Battlefield 6 where you're constantly shooting or doing something. I need constant action. I don't want to sit there with a strategy or a something where you got to kind of build your environment. I don't like that much. I know they're cool. They're just not for me. I like, I've never played Minecraft either. You played it out on the PC too, I assume, right? Yeah, I've been watching people play Arc Raider. I watched one of the iRacing guys I follow. He's been playing Arc Raider, and that the graphics on that looks cool, but the menus and the loadout seem so complicated that it's like, man, I don't know, and I don't want to spend $70 on another game. I downloaded PUBG, and I went through the tutorial, and as soon as you jump out of a plane, it dumps me back in the tutorial. I need to reinstall it or something's not right. I've not played Skyrim. I would like to try Skyrim in VR. Um, do I own Skyrim? I might own that. Might have been something I bought recently. Steam's not opening up properly. I have 3 monitors in front of me and a 4th monitor over there, which is actually a 42-inch TV. And I have a golf simulator hooked to that. Sometimes when I open stuff, it ends up going to the TV that's not even turned on, and I can't open it until I go over there and switch the. All right, let's see if it's over there. Yeah. So I open up Steam and it goes to the monitor that's not even turned on. I hate that. I should unplug that except for when I need it. Let me look for Skyrim here. No, I don't own that. Yeah, so damn. Skyrim Elder Scrolls is $40. Skyrim Anniversary Upgrade is $20. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR, that's $60. Huh. Still kind of pricey. I'm not opposed to paying that much for a game, but I have so many that I've never even played that I'm kind of reluctant to buy another game. I've been so I have a racing simulator behind me over there. I used to have flight gear on there as well. Well, it was so difficult to try to use everything at the same time. I took all the flight gear off, and I'm thinking about building a flight simulator right next to that one, to where I can have all the flight gear on one and the driving gear on the other, but use one PC in the middle, and then I would do VR for the flight sim, because flight sims and VR are pretty cool. I would like to try. Buddy of mine has Skyrim. He said it's pretty good, but I would like to try in VR. All right, Kenneth. We'll see you later, buddy. Follow me if you got time. All right. Got one left there. Kenneth, I think everybody's out. All right, that's 21 minutes. That's longer than I planned on doing. Thanks for watching. If you check back on the VOD on this, um, got two channels, at Billy_Clyde 4805. Do some silly stuff over there. Play some games sometimes. And then this channel is where I intend to do all the streaming of the racing games at least. I might play, like, because of the difference in the computer and the desk and everything, I may play like Grand Theft Auto, um, War Thunder Tanks. I want to try War Thunder Tanks with a joystick controller. I think that would be fun. I'll do that on the desktop and probably do that on the Billy_Clyde 4805. But anyway, thanks for watching and good night.